Welcome to this daily horoscope. My name is Athen, and this is for December 2nd and 3rd, Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, so we got the moon in Aries for these 2 days, and other than that, nothing else astrologically speaking. But this is very important because we're getting closer and closer to this full moon energy, which is going to be taking place in Taurus on the 6th. And like most of you have heard me say, the lessons of the previous sign show us what we need to learn for the next sign. So with this full moon in Taurus, that's where the full energy is for this lunar cycle. And so Aries is playing a very important role in terms of what we can learn, what we can take into the full moon energy. So in terms of Aries, Aries is about self. It's about self-confidence. And at the end of the day, with the moon there, it's very receptive. And so we're having a strong connection to ourself. And ultimately, with the new moon in Scorpio, this is about loving yourself, because when you love yourself, when you're compassionate for yourself, naturally confidence, naturally your goals become clear, you know what you want, and that Aries energy just overall starts to move. So I think that's really the emphasis here, having self-compassion and also pursuing, because the moon's still very full, it's in the Gibbous phase, so there's a lot of energy here that can be worked. So perhaps pursuing some of those goals, pursuing some of those ambitions, and then through that also building the confidence and getting the ball starting to roll. Now Aries, showing us before Taurus, is showing us that in order for us to manifest and experience the beautiful things in life, which is Taurus, which is earth, which is enjoyment, which is manifestation, we have to have that sense of self. We have to have that sense of autonomy and confidence to pursue these things in our life, or rather to enjoy these things in our life. Because if we don't feel like we're worthy of enjoyment, then there's nothing to enjoy. Because at the end of the day, we have ultimate abundance. Abundance is all around us. And sometimes the only thing that gets in the way is us or our own self-image. So it's a time to work with that a little bit, and with Scorpio perhaps getting a little deep with the self, but it's compassion is at the end of the day is all it is. So having that strong connection to self in that receptive way. Now as we get closer to this full moon on the 6th, we're going to notice that all of this deep stuff we've been working on, perhaps in relationships, perhaps seeing the more deeper side of what we really enjoy in our work, or with our home, or with our family, or whatever it is, we're noticing now it's starting to culminate. We're starting to see the fruits of it in manifestation, in physical form. Because while there is a deep undertone to everything, there's also physicality. And this is the full moon of essentially of seeing all the abundance around us, all of these meaningful things in our life surrounding us on the physical level, so we can enjoy it. And so that's what the full moon energy is really bringing. So as we get closer to that 6th, pay attention to that. Pay attention how there's abundance all around you, and how these meaningful connections to our work, family, friends, whatever, is creating that sense of enjoyment. Because at the end of the day, Taurus is about enjoyment. It's about enjoying life in the physical sense. So that's the energies as we're getting closer and closer to that full moon. And we're also getting closer to some very nice aspects actually on Thursday. We've got Venus trining up to Neptune and the Sun trining up to Uranus. So as we approach, I think there's also going to be a very strong sense of enjoyment with our relationships, and also a sense of freedom developing as well, which I'll talk on more in the next horoscope. All right, guys, so I'm going to draw a card, see where Spirit would like a little more emphasis for these couple days. Okay, Pluto. Well, that's interesting actually, but maybe this is a reminder of all of this transformation that is taking place. December is going to be a very transformative month, and I think we're starting to feel this. We got a square with Pluto and Uranus, and we also have the fast-moving planets all starting to go over Pluto. So this might be a reminder to continue with the changes and be that masterful element of change in your life. Step into that co-creator sense. Mars and Pluto are very similar, and Mars rules Aries, and this is essentially the solar plex chakra. So I think maybe with this Aries energy, it's really stepping into that co-creator, that masterful side of the self, embodying your power, your true power, and through that making changes or pursuing, these sort of self goals or self ambitions that we have right now at the moment, while keeping an eye on the changes in the big picture and letting go of any attachments perhaps that may be there as well. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a great 2 days. Please get in touch if you'd like a personal reading, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.